What does it take for a musician to take the stage on the famed NPR music program From the Top? Dedication, rehearsal, audition. How many hours a day do you have to practice?
Well, since I play 3 instruments, I don't have that much time, so I practice about an hour a day.
Usually 3 hours after school. And then on the weekends I have orchestra rehearsal on Sundays and violin lessons and chamber music on Saturdays.
A weekly radio program from NPR, From the Top showcases young classical musicians from around the United States. The program allows students to exhibit both their musical skills as well as their vivacious and precocious personalities.
I like messing around with stuff I'm not supposed to, like fire.
I've also made an app for a metronome for when I leave my metronome at home. So I've made quite a variety of stuff.
In January, 9 hand-picked musicians walked through the doors of the Houston Public Media Studios to audition for their opportunity to take the stage for an episode of From the Top. So, who will take the stage to be heard around the nation? Take a sneak peek as these classical musicians audition for their chance to be on an episode of From the Top. How long have you been in high school or taking high school classes?
Well, I've been taking high school classes since I was 7. I started taking geometry, Spanish, and science.
Do you know what you want to do when you graduate?
Most likely, I'll keep music definitely an interest, though I'm also really interested in science, so perhaps a biology or biotechnology major.
Who do you like to play? Which composers?
I really like Horowitz and his pieces because they're very charming. Like the Moskowski that I'm playing was one of his favorites, and I really enjoy playing that because it's so sparkly and really exciting.
Is that your lucky tie?
Yes, I've had it for 3 or 4 years now, and I've won a lot of competitions wearing this tie, so it's become kind of lucky.
Say the name of this instrument.
Gu Zheng, or Chinese zither.
Gu Zheng.
Gu Zheng.
How did you come to play the Gu Zheng?
My mom wanted me to start it because it was unique and different. So when I started, I was fascinated by the sound and beauty of the music, so I just continued playing, and then I kept going.
Fisherman's Song Over the Eastern Sea. It sounds like there's a story behind that.
So the fishermen go out in the morning, and then they spread the net to catch the fish, and they're singing and humming while they're doing this. And then the end is saying that they come back with a full harvest.
You started playing the piano, is that right?
Yes, at age 5.
And violin? You play some violin as well?
Yes, I started last year.
Do you still play the piano?
I play all 3.
You play all 3. What do you hope to do with the Gu Zheng?
I'll try my best to keep it.
And you're happy being
Yes.
the only person in school that can play it?
Yes.
So much of chamber music is a negotiation between you and the other members of the quartet. Is that something that you relish, or is that something that you dread?
I think it's something I relish. Whenever I've been in a chamber group, everyone has always become so close by the end of the festival.
Aside from music, what are your strongest subjects?
Well, I'm very interested in foreign languages, and French is probably my favorite class at school. My mother's from Sweden, so I've spoken Swedish to her since I was young.
Are you ambivalent about whether or not you want to continue with music as a major career? Or
I know I do want to continue it, but I also don't want to give up academics, so I've applied to a bunch of dual degree programs and universities where I'll be able to study both music and academics.
What is it that you like about the cello?
I love the sonorous, deep, low register that it has. You can go really high up on the A string and really far down on the C string, so you have a much larger range than you may on like a violin or a viola.
You played the Tchaikovsky Pezzo Capriccioso.
Yes.
Do you find it a challenging piece, or is it?
Yes, I do find it a challenging piece, especially the very capricious parts of the Capriccioso.
There's a lot of notes there.
Yeah, lots of notes.
When you finish music school, do you know at this point what you're going to do?
I love chamber music, so I'd love to be in a string quartet. When you're in a quartet, you have 3 other musical thinkers that you have to discuss musical ideas with and come up with a common musical goal. So it's really rewarding in that aspect because you have the camaraderie of working with other people.
The most challenging thing for me when I've played piano is to express the piece correctly, to make it sound really good, and to put in all the details needed to make it sound exciting.
You have to have a special device so that you can reach the pedals.
Well, this is a pedal extender, and, well, most of my life I've been using it.
Because when you've got a 9-foot Steinway like this one, it's a big piano, and you're only a small girl, aren't you?
Even though I'm short, I played like a 250-pound person.
You played the Nocturne, the Chopin Nocturne today.
I find that the Nocturne is more difficult because it's harder to express, even though it's not as fast.
So you also like Victor Borge?
Yes.
Why do you like him?
He's really funny, and even though he's really funny, he's also a great pianist at the same time.
Would you like to be like him one day?
Yes.
Who will be chosen to take the stage on an episode of From the Top? Find out when From the Top visits Houston on May 12th at the Wortham Center.